what is so special about human brain? Why is it that we study other animals instead of them studying us? What does a human brain have or do that no other animal does? So this question has made me curious for a long time, and tonight I want to share with you one of its possible explanations, one of its most unique explanations. So we are all human. We are all a primate. Primate is a group of animals like apes, chimpanzees, orangutan, and also humans. But we are so different from them. Even though we have the same brain with them, we have the same primate brain. Isn't that interesting? So inside our brain, there is this thing called neuron. Neuron is a specialized cell that supports our complexity of thinking. And scientists have discovered that there's a correlation. There is a trade-off between number of neurons in brain and body size. So for a primate that eats 8 hours per day can afford at most 53 billion neurons. But its body cannot be any bigger than 25 kilos. To weigh any more than that, it has to develop neurons. So it's either a large body or a large number of neurons. When you eat like a primate, you can't afford both. But one way out of this limitation would be to spend even more hours per day eating. But that gets dangerous. And past a certain point, it's just not feasible. For instance, gorilla and orangutan afford 30 billion neurons by spending 8.5 hours per day eating. 9 hours per day eating seems to be the practical limit for a primate. What about us? With our 86 billion neurons and a body size around 70 kilos, we should have spent more than 9 hours every single day eating, which is just not feasible. If we eat like a primate, we should not be here. How do we get here then? Well, if our brain costs just as much energy as it should, and we can't spend every waking hour per every single day eating, then the only alternative really is to somehow to get more energy out of the same food. And remarkably, that makes exactly what our ancestors are believed to have invented 1.5 million years ago, when they invent cooking. To cook is to use fire to pre-digest food outside of your body. Cooked food are softer, they are easier to chew, and so on they are easier to be completely absorbed in your gut, which makes them yield much more energy in much less time. So cooking frees time for us to do much more interesting things with our neurons and with our days than just thinking about food, looking for food, or gathering down food all day long. Now that we can afford both the energy for a lot of neurons and time to do interesting things with them, I think this explains why the human brain grew to become so fast, so large in evolution, all of the while just reminding the primate's brain. With this large brain now affordable by cooking, we went rapidly from raw food to culture, agriculture, civilization, electricity, and public speaking. We are doing right now. But sadly, what once was the solution now become a problem. And ironically, we look for the solution in raw food. So what is the human advantage? What is it that we have that no other animal has? My answer is that we have the largest number of neurons in our brain. And what is it that we do that no other animal does? Which I believe was fundamental to allowing us to reach the largest number of neurons. In 2 words, we cook. No other animal cooks its food, only human do. And I think that's how we got to become human. So, my fellow Toastmasters and guests, I want to ask you, who is here can cook?
Indomie is the
Okay. I'm surprised that maybe you can also cook. So I'm curious to taste your cooking. So a lot of people can cook here, and that is wonderful. I myself cannot cook, but learning about human brain changed the way I think about food. Now I look to people who can cook, and I bow to you all. And I thank my ancestor, our ancestor, that they coming up with the invention that probably made us human today. Thank you. Great meeting, everyone.